This is the extended version on how to crochet a sunflower square part 1. For this, I'm going to start with 5 chains, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first chain, just like that, and then I'll show you what the center gap looks like. So it's this one right there, and that's where we're going to add our stitches. So I'm going to add 2 chains for my turning chain, and then I'm going to add 12 double crochet into the center of that ring. So normally the turning chain does count as a stitch for the double crochet, but in this case I prefer not to. Sometimes when you slip stitch on top of the first stitch at the end of the round, the turning chain can create a gap if you count it as a stitch, or there can be a gap between the first and the last stitch. And I found that the best way to hide that gap is to add a chain 2 for the turning chain, and then slip stitch on top of the first actual double crochet and just disregard the turning chain completely. And then that turning chain is going to fill that gap nice and pretty, and no one's going to know. I mean, how would they know? And I know I'm copying somebody else's audio, but I did it for fun. So I'm just going to go through and count my stitches to double check I have 12, and then I'm going to slip stitch on top of that first double crochet, and then I will see you in part 2. I'll see you in part 2.